Y'all, this car knows how to clean up nice every dang time. Oh man, I just can't believe this car is 9 years old and still looks this good. This car came out in 2017. It was probably built in 2016. I haven't actually seen the build date on this car. So this car could be 10 years old, for all I know. And it's gorgeous. I love this car. All right, for today's video, and we're kind of keeping this a little short today, but we're gonna be debriefing from the track day at Talladega GP. All right, this is like the third take of this. But anyway, today we're gonna be debriefing on the car from the track day. I'm gonna go over everything that's gone on with this car, how it did at the track day, kind of go over everything and how I feel as a driver. I'm gonna try to keep this relatively short. I know you guys have busy lives. This video is kind of a two-parter because I'm throwing some stuff in after this. So I'm trying to keep it short so that you guys aren't watching an hour-long video that y'all probably don't wanna watch. So let's get into how the car did. I'm gonna focus on probably the biggest hurdle this car faced during the day, which was the brakes. I have EBC yellow stuff pads that are brand new, literally a week old now, on these EBC USR rotors. They're rusty, I know, because I just washed the car. So they've obviously oxidized relatively fast, as brake rotors do. And yeah, I mean, they were okay. I've got stainless lines as well. I've got RBF 600 fluid, about a year old. It's about a year and a half old, really. It needs to be changed, I'm sure. A fluid flush will help a lot, but I will admit I did a really bad job breaking these in, and so session 1 was kind of my break-in period on these pads. So yeah, not the best time to do with brakes, but that's what happened. And yeah, session 3 and 4, they felt better. I was having a lot of problems where they bit pretty hard from you know, whatever I was doing, about like 60 plus to like I think I topped out at 98 for the day. Down to about 50, they were biting pretty well. Once it dropped below 50 miles an hour, it just felt like, it wasn't feeling like boiled fluid per se, but it felt like I had to put a lot more force to get it to slow down. And that was something you'll hear me talk with Michael about in session 1 in the onboards if you go back and watch that video. It just did not feel good on the brakes. So that is like numero uno priority if this car goes back to the track, which I plan on doing more track days. I just don't know how many will be with this car specifically, and I'll talk about that later. But yeah, that is my biggest thing. I'm glad I did this with these brakes though, because I've been eyeing big brake kits for this car for years. And I always said I want to do a proper track day on this setup. I had red stuffs before these yellow stuffs to see if that investment really be necessary. And I think honestly, for these bigger tracks like Road Atlanta or Barber, these other big AMP, these bigger tracks that I live closer to that are like bigger than Talladega GP, I think it might be necessary. For Talladega GP specifically, these brakes did fine. But Barber and Road Atlanta, definitely not. I think this car might need stronger brakes with the power level that it's at. That way it won't melt these brakes, because as you guys probably heard, I don't know how much of that I cut out at the very end of session 4. Due to the black flag being thrown for the whole session, right as I was rounding the last corner, I dumped straight in the pit lane and didn't get to do a cool down lap. And because of that, my brakes were smoking pretty bad, because I was pushing at that point. I was driving, I would say, at about 8.5 to 9 tenths. I wasn't letting the car rev all the way out. A lot of people have been asking me, well, you switch shift the whole time. And there were 2 reasons for that. That's 1, oil temp, and 2, the brakes. So I wasn't trying to go too fast is what I'm saying. Because I know what this car can do. I know if I really tried hard enough, I could have clipped past 100 on the back straight, but I was trying to be smart, trying to save the car, trying to save the brakes and all that kind of stuff, which inevitably I didn't do that great of a job on. But other than that, the charge pipes popped off, which was the only major problem the whole day. We fixed it within 10-15 minutes. Car's back up for session 3, and it held up the rest of the day. It's been the same ones, popped off a couple times now on the turbo outlet. Really annoying, but it's been fixed, and we're good to go on that front. Tires held up wonderfully. These 8009s are no joke. Obviously, not the best 200 tread wear tire out there, but I picked these because they're the most dailyable 200 tread wear tire. And they've held up extremely well. They are definitely on borrowed time. I think within the next 6 to 8 months at minimum, if I keep driving this car every day, they will probably need to be replaced. But I am going to get them rotated pretty soon, because these obviously in the back have a lot more life than these. So if I swap those out, I'm sure, get them mounted in balance. I do think they need to have the balance checked on them. We'll be fine on that front. But for now, that's kind of the main focus. Suspension. Wonderful. These Bilstein B16s and that H&R rear sway bar have been wonderful for back roads, for the autocross, and now a real track day. The only problem I really had was my front left scrubbed going into the right-hand corner. The front right, perfectly fine. Probably, I hate to be that kind of guy and make fun of myself, but it's definitely got to be a little related to my just being a heavier guy. I'm a bit of a heavy guy in comparison to the majority of people out there, so that probably doesn't help my situation very much on the front left. I think definitely Next go, we'll actually bring a jack this time and jack up the fronts and dial in the front dampers a little bit more, tighten them up a little bit more, and see if that helps a lot. I have them set at 5 up front, and I believe 6 or 7 in the back. So that's been a big, I think, help has been, you know, that balance, because that imbalance, because it allows the rear to rotate a little bit more. But anyway, the car did great. As a driver, I feel like I grew a lot. As a driver, I feel like I grew a lot on Saturday. I've been doing sim racing since I was 4 years old. This has been a 22-year endeavor for me, almost 23-year endeavor doing this virtually. And so getting to finally do it on a real track in my car is a wonderful experience. And I've definitely got the bug. I mean, this is something I really enjoy now. I've kind of really dug into it, as you guys have seen. I've changed my profile picture on here to me wearing my helmet. The cover photo is this car going through that right-hand corner, actually. And, you know, I've had a lot of fun with this whole experience, and I've definitely got the bug. But I think this car might be getting a break from it for a long while. 1, because of the brakes and the power, and 2, because I'm finally doing something that I've teased for many, many years, dating all the way back to 2017. And that is, I'm finally getting a project car. I've been working hard, I've been saving up, and while it's not going to be an immediate thing, I'm working on this though for at the earliest May or June. I've been picking up some extra work during, you know, my days off. I get a lot of days off from my day job. I work in the court system. When we don't have court, I'm at home, I don't get paid. So I've been picking up some extra work on the side to try to build more of an income because of the state of America and how expensive everything is now. Not only that, but try to work hard enough to get more money to afford more fun stuff for myself. And my wife, of course, too. A lot of people are like, oh, what about your wife? But, you know, for my hobbies. And that has been priority number 1, has been getting a project car for years. And now I'm finally in a position to do it. I, you know, due to that stuff, due to the cost of everything, I did use credit a lot a couple years ago. And that is honestly something I need to take care of first. So that's why it's not happening like this week. Because honestly, the end of next week, I'll have the cash in hand to go buy a handful of cars that I've looked at already. But I'm trying to be smart with things. I'm trying to be responsible. I feel like that is numero uno, is getting all that credit stuff dealt with. Because that's just money that is hurting me financially in the long term. And is just, you know, it's being held against me pretty much. You know what I mean? That's how credit works. So I'm trying to get all that stuff paid off first. And then a VR6 will be joining this garage very soon. Manual as well, will be my first manual car, my first proper manual ownership experience. So that's all coming up here in a few months. So keep posted. A little bit after Wookiees, I intend on starting to barrel down and really start searching for cars. So yeah, I'm gonna be looking for some VR6 manual stuff. It's not gonna be an R32. I really want a manual, so I'm avoiding Mark 5s as much as I love them. So I'm looking specifically at the Mark IV era. I'm probably going to get a Jetta, if I'm honest, because I don't want to have 2 hatchbacks. I think, as much as I love the Mark IV GTI, I think I'd rather have the Jetta because it's different. You know, it's got the solid beam rear, it's got a sedan body, so it's a little bit more of a challenge than this car, being modern and IRS and all that stuff. So anyway, guys, I'm going to close out this video with some clips from Viva La V-Dubs, one of the newest local car shows for VWs here where I live. And I'm really excited about it, honestly. So you guys are going to get to see some footage from that to close this video out. So thank you guys. I'll see you guys later, and have a great day.
And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I'll fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you. Choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me.